This morning we will be looking at comprehension, and comprehension passages are there for many different reasons. How many of you here like comprehension classes? Nobody likes doing comprehension? Remember, when I ask you a question, you can unmute yourself to answer, right? So nobody likes doing comprehension?
No, miss.
No? Why? Is that no, you don't like it, or yes, you like it?
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Why?
I really don't. I just don't like it.
You just don't like it? Then it means you don't like reading.
Not really to me, but I still read.
Well, you will have to learn to love reading, because comprehension is one way for us to broaden our knowledge. It's one way for us to be able to learn new things and to experience what is happening around us and around the world through reading, and we'll do that through comprehension. And for the English language, for the National Grade 9 examination and for CSEC, comprehension is a very, very important aspect of both of those exams. So before we get into the passage, we'll discuss a little bit. Why do you think, or what do you think are some of the reasons why we do comprehension? Why we just don't do sentences and write short stories alone for English? Why do we do comprehension? Tiana Johnson, why do you think we do comprehension passages? Somebody has their microphone on and I'm getting a lot of feedback in the class. Tiana Johnson, can you tell me why you think we do comprehension?
I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on.
Can you just speak up a little?
Can I answer?
Miss, can you hear me now?
Yes, love.
Miss, I think I miss what's the question? What's the question?
Okay. Anybody else want to try? Why do we do comprehension?
Miss, to understand.
To understand. Very good.
Yes, to me, we do comprehension to like draw conclusions about what we are reading.
Yes, to draw conclusions. Very good. And so today, what we will look at, we will look at comprehension for the purpose of informing us. So we're looking at informative comprehension. Now, through comprehension, you are able to, as I said, learn new things. You are able to improve your writing, and it helps with your general understanding. Now, they say mathematics and English are two universal subjects. So anytime you hear persons talking about English and maths being universal subjects, what they really mean is that English and mathematics are subjects that you need for daily life. So in order for you to be functioning properly as an individual or as a person, you need some knowledge in maths and English. Now you might be thinking, but miss, I won't be calculating and doing algebra when I go to the grocery store. That is correct. But you do need, if you are in charge of a home and you have to work on a budget. So you're given $15,000 to manage a home for 3 weeks. Your mathematics comes in because you need to know how to budget. You need to know where to spend more, where to spend less. And you need to know how to prioritize what is important and what is least important, how to get bills paid and so forth. Now, English comes in everyday life because it helps you with your understanding. And so, you live in a home with siblings, you live with your parents and grandparents, uncles, and so forth. And so when you are spoken to, because your comprehension is weak, you don't understand what the other person is telling you, or you don't understand how to go about dealing with other people, right? So maths and English is important. Now I'm seeing here Comprehension is important to test our ability to retain information, yes, and that's where comprehension to actually, in terms of your understanding, I read this thing. What did I understand about it? What is the writer of this passage trying to tell me? What do they want me to understand from this passage? And so that is why comprehension is done. The other reason here I saw to enlarge your vocabulary and to understand reading. Yes, through comprehension you are able to better your vocabulary, better your speaking, better your writing. So we will go to our comprehension passage now. And today's comprehension has to do with your health. So I'll ask you now, to comprehend and to answer properly. What are some things that you do to ensure that your body is healthy? What are some things that you do to ensure your body is healthy?
Miss, keep the surroundings clean, brush your teeth, bathe the skin.
Good. So you keep your surrounding clean.
Miss exercise.
Exercising, very good. What else do we do to keep our bodies healthy?
Eating a balanced diet.
Excellent. They say sometimes you see in these health magazines and so forth, they say you are what you eat and you are what you put into your body. So in order for our bodies to be healthy, we need to be putting in the right nutrients, eating a balanced diet. So that's very good. So I'll pull up the comprehension here. So we're talking about the aspect of eating. I know Alex, is it Alex Martin, I think? You had trouble seeing last night. If you're here, are you seeing the comprehension properly? Is everybody seeing this properly here?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss. And Miss, do we have to write it?
No, you don't have to write the comprehension. All right, so I'll read for you. But normally when we have comprehension, I'll ask you to be reading, right? So Raj, how can you say if you eat an innocent human, who here eats human beings? If that means you're an innocent human, no. That means something is wrong with you. How come you have that's okay, Suraj. Which class do you have at 10? I thought you said you had Agri at 11.
Miss, I don't think we have any class at 10. Miss, is only agree at 11 from 12.
That's what I know. You said you have Agri, so I'll finish by 10:30 so you can relax, get something to eat.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, so I'll read. Most people buy vegetables from a shop or grocery. Where do you buy your vegetables from?
Natasha.
From the shop?
Miss, from the market.
From the market. And because of the virus, some farmers are driving around with buses and canters and so on, so you get stuff coming to your home, right?
Yes.
But most people buy vegetables from a shop or grocery. Some vegetables are in tins or perhaps frozen in packets so that they stay for a long time without going bad. Now, in which cases do you think, or why do you think we don't really buy a lot of vegetables here in frozen packets, do we?
No, Miss.
No, because we are fortunate to get we get the fresh stuff. But in cases like some vegetables that are imported, like cauliflower and broccoli and so forth, we would normally get those in packets that we need to keep refrigerated, right? And other things like corn and so forth, we get those in tins. And the reason is because for products that are not produced here and they have to be imported, those are packaged differently to ensure that it stays for a long time. Others are fresh. That is, we buy them soon after they have been picked or dug from the ground. And for us here, majority of our vegetables we get fresh. Top vegetables have been grown on farms or in vegetable gardens. There are different types of vegetables. So you do agriculture. What are some of the types of vegetables? Or how do we categorize vegetables? Based on what?
It's on their color.
Based on, yes, some of them are categorized based on their color. Very good. From their appearance, yes, that will go with the color.
Size.
The size. Okay, think agriculture. How do we categorize some vegetables?
Miss, from how they grow.
Excellent, because of how they are grown. And so we have some vegetables that grow, or we call them, those vegetables that grow downward into the soil, we call those what type of vegetables?
Provisions.
Provision. And another name? Let me see if you can guess.
Ground vegetables.
Ground vegetables, or we call them root vegetables because it's the actual root of the vegetable we're using. So can I have two examples of root vegetables?
There's carrot.
Carrot,
Miss cassava.
cassava, very
Edo.
good. Edo, good. All those are things that grow down. And then we have, look, root vegetables such as carrots, turnips, radishes, and beetroot. Well, some of these we don't really, it is imported here, but we don't really use it, mainly because we don't know the uses of it and the benefits. For example, beetroot is very, very good for persons who are suffering from high pressure. It's good for fighting off inflammation and chronic diseases like arthritis. It is good for flu, it is good for cancer. But because we don't know of the use of it, we don't use it. Are given its name because we eat the root part of the plant. Of course, the root in these plants are much fatter than other roots. These vegetables need to be dug up from the ground. And these here are the common ones we know. If we're going to the market, we don't say we're going to the market to buy vegetables. Some persons say we're going to the market to buy greens. Isn't that so?
Yes, miss.
Yes, you're going to the market to buy greens.
Yes, miss.
So greens include vegetables such as cabbages, cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and for us we have things like callaloo. What else do we have? Bora, okra,
Correct.
carila,
Pumpkin.
pumpkin. We have so much,
Balan.
right? Balanche, squash. So naturally, these vegetables get their name from their green leafy appearance. So the ones that are green and leafy, we call those greens. For us here, we just call all the vegetables greens when we go to the market. And then finally, there are also pod vegetables such as peas, broad beans, runner beans, and French beans. So these would be like the black eyed peas and beans that we use to cook up rice and lentil, the one that you use to make dal. So these are all pod vegetables. Before cooking or eating, these peas and beans have to be shelled from a pod, and hence they are called pod vegetables. Vegetables are not always at the top of the list of children's favorite food. Why do you think so? If you ask children what is their favorite food, you very rarely you would find children saying it's vegetables. However, they are one of the most nutritious food groups and should be eaten on a daily basis. And especially now with the fact that we have the coronavirus and we have all these other diseases that are affecting the environment and different persons from different age group, we need to ensure that our bodies are always healthy. And one of the most important way of doing that is by ensuring that we eat healthy, right? If you look at the image here, the one that I'm pointing at here, this is what we call beetroot. I think they use it to make drink as well. So good, we have some questions now, but I'll put the questions for you in the group when I'm finished as well. Is this okay, or do you want me to zoom in the questions? This should be better. But so we have how many? We have 8 questions. We'll start by going through a few. So I'll just leave the 2 here. You can read these 2 and start thinking about your answers. I just want a few minutes to get your names for my register, to mark the register. So we'll just do 2 questions because it's less than 10 minutes. I don't want us to join back the class after. A few persons have extra classes and they're saying they have a test or something. So just go through these 2 questions. Just now I'll ask. We'll start discussing answers. But so where do most people get vegetables? And this is according to the passage, right? I'll call on names now. So let's see who I haven't heard from. Valencia Small, where according to the passage, where do most people get their vegetables from? Valencia. Okay. Suraj, where do most people get their vegetables from? Like nobody don't want to answer me. Nikita Balram, where do most people get their vegetables from?
Miss, from the shop or grocery.
Very good, thank you. According to the passage, how are vegetables packaged? According to the passage, how are vegetables packaged? Omkar, how are vegetables packaged according to the passage?
Miss, in tins and in bags.
In tins and in bags
Miss,
or frozen packages, right? So we'll end off here and I'll go to your Google class and I'll upload the information for you. So you'll continue the questions for your homework. You'll turn in your answers right in the Google class for me to mark. Okay?
Miss, do we have to write a passage, Miss, in our books?
No, you don't have to write the passage, love.
Miss,
The passage will be in the Google class. You can go review the passage to answer your questions.
Miss, how will we submit it?
Pardon me?
Miss,
Yes?
what is the Google class code?
The code, I'll send it in the group as soon as I'm finished. Or I can't minimize here because I'm recording to get the code for you.
Miss, how do we submit it in the Google Class? How do we submit it?
I'll do it in the format of a quiz, so you will have space to fill it out. Okay? It won't happen like the table that we did the last week. Don't worry. So I'll just wrap up here quickly. Thank you very much for being on, and I hope you enjoy your agriculture class today. Our next class will be tomorrow morning. Do you have any class in the morning tomorrow?
Yes, Miss, we have agriculture again at 11 to 12 o'clock.
The same 11 to 12.
Yes, Miss.
So we'll do our same 9:30 again, okay?
Okay.
So we'll work tomorrow morning. And what I'm trying to do this week is to make up for last week. So yesterday we did 2 pieces, and today we were able to do another piece. Remember, I'll give you a little quiz on abstract and concrete nouns that we did last night. So you'll check your Google class for that, okay? So take care, get something to eat, relax, and then prepare for agriculture science.
Okay, Miss.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, Miss. Enjoy your day.
You
Bye,
too.
Miss.
Bye-bye.
Bye.